Fine Mess was released in 1986. This is directed and written by Blake Edwards, and it stars Ted Danson and Howie Mandel. And this came on my radar because of Ted Danson, and I really enjoyed his performance in this. Howie Mandel, of course, was very good as well. And it's a pretty interesting film. It's not completely to my tastes, but I think it worked well enough. It's about two individuals who are trying to bet on this horse because Spence, Ted Danson's character, overhears two crooks who are planning to give the horse drugs before the horse race, obviously making it perform better and giving it a much better chance of winning. So Spence and Dennis, Howie Mandel's character, are planning on betting on that horse because they're pretty confident it's going to win. But there are many problems that follow, and there's a lot of action in this film. I think quite a lot happens. There's a lot going on. Not so much that it feels chaotic or difficult to keep up with or anything, but it's definitely a well-written story. The characters are okay. I don't think they're the most interesting, and I don't know if I like Spence and Dennis as protagonists. I didn't dislike them, definitely not, but there were times when I wasn't that interested in them, and then there were times when I was, so it definitely kept me on my toes with regard to how I was feeling about things. The film is only about an hour and a half, so it's not tremendously long. I feel like the time was the perfect time to tell the story, and there's enough going on to keep me engaged. It may not be exactly my kind of story. I think it will definitely appeal to some people more than it did to me, but I enjoyed it well enough, and as a one-time watch, I didn't mind it. As I said, I did like Ted Danson in this. Howie Mandel was great as well. The narrative flowed really well. The pacing was good. The characters, bit hit and miss for me personally, but no problem with the performances, and enough action to keep things interesting. Do I recommend it? Sure. If it sounds like it would appeal to you, I'd say check it out. I can't imagine I'd ever watch it a second time, but it's an interesting concept, pretty well executed with some good performances, so all things considered, A Fine Mess is not a bad film at all.